Welcome to Corn Coast Conversations. I am your host, the illest in Nebraska, Hakeem. I'm here to bring you content from all angles of life as a father, recording artist, entrepreneur, and CEO. I'm here to spark conversations from politics, conspiracies, music, culture, and current events. Join me on this journey through the lens of my human experience from right here in the Corn Coast. I'm excited to have you all along for the marathon. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode here on Corn Coast Conversations. Today we have a very special guest who goes by the name Keenan Eats. He is a musician. Remind me what you just said. Local food media source. A local food media source, aka a food reviewer who's built quite the reputation for himself and for other local restaurants here in the community. And very genuine dude. Been knowing him for some years, and just recently we finally been able to kind of bridge the gap through our sources of what we've built for ourselves. So it's kind of a steel sharpened steel type of situation. So it's been dope to kind of finally be kind of at that level, right, to where we can both kind of, truly help each other out, right, aside from just shares and likes and things of that nature. So without further ado, this episode, the title of it is going to be The Taste of the Journey. So
that's fire.
Yeah. Let's just start with Here for the Food Festival.
Yeah.
First and foremost, congratulations on that. I can't imagine all the ins and outs of what it was like putting that together from organizational level. The chaos behind it, the stress that may have came with it, scheduling. Kind of share what it was like to put an event together at that caliber, and also let them know, if that was your first event, doing something to that degree.
Yeah. So first and foremost, thank you for pulling up. I was performing. Yeah. Bro pulled up with the whole family. It was cold. Sir. I'm like, hey, shout out to y'all.
Yes, sir.
That meant a lot. But yeah, the festival, this was my first time ever throwing something of that magnitude to that scale. I think the closest thing was like, I started a flea market like a year ago in the summertime. We had been growing that out of a parking lot, and it was cool. It was cool. It was cool. I think the biggest one we did, the final one we did before the landlord started tripping, was like 11 vendors and like 3 food trucks.
Okay.
And so that was cool.
Yeah.
And then when this idea came up, it was like around May 1st or so. I know I was getting ready to open up for Davies, and I remember going to check out the Wild Wednesday spot because I already knew I wanted to do something down there, but I wanted to see it in action. Like I wanted to see some food trucks down there.
Okay.
I saw a few of them down there. I was like, oh yeah, I can see the vision. I can see it. Yeah. So from that moment is when I really was like, all right, cool. And like 2 weeks later, I wrote out a business plan, and I wanted it to be an event where people who follow my page, they could go and eat multiple of these places that they probably have on lists,
right,
and put them all in one spot, so it's easier for you to get to them and become fans of it, because a lot of places close down waiting for people to go check it out. So I wanted to let's speed up that process, bring all these people to one spot. And I think beginning of June, I have like the plan together. I sat down with my boy Rick Bull.
Okay.
He's my cameraman. Yeah. He's dope. Super dope. He does great work.
He
does great work.
Yeah,
so him and then my cousin Jalen, who is my Uncle Justin's son, and my Uncle Justin is who this was a tribute all to him.
Right.
So we sat down on UNL's campus and sat there for 4 or 5 hours just hashing out the details of what
it's beautiful
it should be, and all of the little novelties, whether it be, add little tokens that you'd spend money through. It's to festivals, currency.
Yeah.
Just wanting to lean into the story, making sure we're telling people's stories, because that's what we do on the page, making sure people's stories are being heard and people know why they're spending money here or there.
Right.
And then I found a partner, because at that point now it's like we have pretty much everything together.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out how to get some money.
Gotcha.
To raise money to make it happen.
Yeah.
So
I
remembered I met this guy, Michael Simrod. he I met him at Lincoln Calling.
Okay.
Actually, like the year before. And then I just saw him at the Hub Cafe, and I was like, yo, bro, let me take you out to lunch and pick your brain on festivals and whatnot. And so, we sat down and I told him, kind of laid out what I had going on.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, I think we could do something like this, and so we just decided to partner and went for it. But geez, trying to throw a festival in that short amount of time is crazy. Now I know.
Yeah,
but I know it's also possible now.
Right.
So,
exactly. And that's the biggest thing, is just doing it. And then once it's done and complete, then the rest is history, because you already laid the groundwork for yourself. You kind of already have the structure, and you have the map laid out. And now moving forward, you already know how to put the pieces in place in order to, achieve, a similar outcome. So, and you said something very important early in your, dialogue. You said a lot of the restaurants shut down waiting for people to essentially discover them.
Right.
And I believe that's I don't know, that just stuck with me, because I believe that has a much deeper meaning than just tied to restaurants. I think that's
absolutely
that's the story, heard around the world with, or actually not heard around the world, but, that is the fate that a lot of businesses meet, a lot of content creators, a lot of musicians, artists. And, now, I'm kind of in between of both worlds of existing in the digital world, and then also making something happen in the physical world, and finding where I sit and finding my pace. But, now more than ever, we have a tool that empowers us, that kind of gets us, on the map. And not only that, you hold a very viable and crucial role in that ecosystem of helping people discover. So I can't imagine the amount of businesses and people that you've helped out that, just something so simple to you, a video that you post on social media, that you post on the internet, brings in all this traffic to somebody that, was struggling or just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Right.
So I can't imagine the level of blessing that is to just come through.
It feels great.
Put a camera up and do something that you was going to do regardless. I was going to eat regardless. I just put a video to it. I just put a camera to it, and then you drop the video. And that's really a beautiful thing. I can't imagine being a business owner. I mean, you did it for me.
Yeah.
And that was something I never asked for, to set the record straight.
Yeah, no.
It was just something you came through and did. And again, I can see how much it helped me. So I can't imagine how much it helped, all the quote unquote little guys, or the little people that I'm pretty social media savvy. People generally know kind of what's going on over here at Corn Coast. But, again, for the people that, don't have the motion in that angle. Yeah, bro. So how does that feel? What was the most, I don't want to say feedback, but from a restaurant that you've made a video for, you don't have to name the restaurant, but how heavy was the gratitude when they sent you a message or reached back out like, yo, like, you damn near changed our life. You changed our trajectory for our business. You changed, like, we were getting ready to shut down. Like, you saved us. Like, have you had any feedback to that degree that, it just really, sits with you? The moment of realization, like, I hold a lot of power.
I think the main thing that comes up for me is not that they were getting ready to close. They actually had just opened and they didn't know anybody. There's a restaurant. They moved from somewhere else, came here.
Okay.
And for some reason, somebody had told me that they were like not a family, like not a local restaurant.
Okay,
they told me it was like a chain or something.
Gotcha.
And so I didn't go there for like 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Like a goofy. And then one day I just was like, are you guys a family restaurant? They're like, yeah. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we don't have, this isn't a chain. I'm like, oh, cool. So I went in there and like typically how I do it is try to work with the restaurants because it can get real costly trying to like go to all these places and do videos. You know, I'm like, I'm buying food and paying to do more work. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I can get. And it's
because you're doing all the editing.
You know, and that's a whole nother conversation, or maybe part of this conversation just later. But
let's definitely add that.
You know, they weren't necessarily in a position to work with me, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I still ate, and I was like, dang, this food is really good. So I came back, and I just like, I just did the video or whatever, didn't think much of it. Posted the video, and like they sold out for like almost the whole month. Like every day they started selling out. I was like, this is crazy. Like I was like, I think this is the one. Like this is the case study of my impactfulness, you know. Because I hadn't been able to really measure it with anybody else. But this was like clearly, I posted it on Thursday. They sold out Thursday. They sold out Friday. They sold out Saturday. Like, and then it just kept going for like a month. And they really have never really slowed down. I think they figured out how to not sell out, but they're still busy all the time. And I think that was just really cool seeing how much I could increase business and help somebody who isn't even from here really connect with the community and be into the community. I think that was when I was like, oh, there's power to this, and like there's value to what I'm doing. And I saw the value before then, but that was like one that was like, oh, this is like undeniable.
Got you. All right, so we're gonna dive a little deeper in. So when did food when did it stop becoming something that you just ate to consume? And when did it become an experience for you? Like, when did you realize, aside from the business and the things that it brought, but when did you realize that you really enjoyed eating food?
Honestly, I would say that was probably like when I was sometime amidst my childhood. Honestly, I used to watch Food Network and like Rachel Ray, Donna's Drive-Ins and Dives, Anthony Bourdain. I used to watch all of that, and like I loved it, but it would always make me mad hungry because like I don't even got none of this in the kitchen. But you know, I always had that kind of a relationship with food, just wanting to be exploring and whatnot. But I would say it wasn't until my uncle started his restaurant. In Old Town Bellevue, Quick Bite Soul Food. My uncle Justin Epting, he had talked about wanting to start a restaurant. He had worked at, you know, Red Lobsters for years and been chef and knew how to make all this seafood and all this different stuff. And I remember him talking about opening up his food truck, and he's gonna have it like this, and he's gonna have this on the menu, and I'm gonna be a server and stuff. And I'm like, cool, like I'm with that. I'm with all that. And like I remember he was going to meetings, business meetings with people. Just like I think networking groups or stuff like that. Learning what you could learn about business and whatnot. And he ended up opening up his restaurant 2016. And I was like, dang, he did it. You know, so seeing him do that and then going and actually having the food, and it's like I've had his food before, but you know, it's different when it's like this is a restaurant and I'm like in here. I think at that point it was like, oh, this is real and it's so dope that my uncle's doing this. And then I think I just had a realization of just like local mom and pop places are my uncle's restaurant. Like, like the way I support my uncle. That's like what local mom and pop restaurants are to somebody. To somebody, that's their uncle's spot. That's their dad's spot, you know? So, and I've kind of always been somebody that when I travel or go anywhere, I want to eat something I can't get at home. Like I don't want to eat something I could just get at home. Like what's the fun of that? We're on an adventure. You know? So I'd say that's probably the main thing. The videos and stuff didn't start until like 2024 though. So
you said something very important. Well, two things are very important. It is incredibly important, and it's detrimental for an entrepreneur or somebody to be in the position where you're at. It's so very important to have somebody that was within close proximity that you actually got to witness. And like you said, you seen it happen. You seen it done. So it clicked for you. You might not even realize it until you're on your own journey.
Right.
And it was kind of something that I didn't realize as well, that, you know, my dad was. you know, an entrepreneur. He made it happen. And it's like, now that I'm actually slipping those shoes on and making my own journey down a similar road, you have more of an appreciation. And it was one of these books that I read. It was called The Why Cafe. Essentially, this guy, he runs out of gas. He's kind of near a cornfield. He stumbles upon, he never really knows if it was a dream or not, but he stumbles upon this small cafe, and it was called The Why Cafe. He goes in. He wasn't miserable in life, but he was a drifter. He didn't have too much direction. And essentially, through meeting the server and the chef, they had like dialogue back and forth, and ultimately he figured out his why by the time he left the cafe. And
it's amazing.
You have your why. And a lot of people don't understand how certain things happen for people like us that have whys, is because without that why, the burnout that you're going to experience is going to be essentially one for the books. You have to have something other than money, something other than fame, something other than notoriety. If you really don't love what you're doing, or really have a why, that's the glue to everything that you're doing, you're going to burn out and find something else to do. It's so important to have that why to just keep you going. If you forget what you're doing it for, that why is gonna always remind you, and you're gonna pick back up where you left off. And because we're gonna always experience burnout to a similar degree, but it ain't nothing that's gonna stop us. Like, it's just something that's innate in us, and something that we're just gonna carry out until so
and sometimes it takes a minute to find your why.
Yes, it does.
In the midst of just doing stuff. So it's important to just go do stuff, because when I started the food page, I was just like, I just want to help some of these local spots get more people in them. You know, they got good food. People should know about it. I tell my homies they didn't know about this place. We need to change that. Like, let's do what I can, and I never, I had no goals, no plans of like it being what it is now. Like, I just wanted to be helpful to the one restaurant I was in, you know? So
my next kind of thing I want to dive into is, okay, so one, what did it feel like? Because let me see, right around the time, who kind of, so when you posted your first video, who was kind of like the main, was Keith Lee kind of?
I think so,
so he was still kind of the guy. Okay, so when, so I want to say one thing, and it's something I've always got asked. It was like, man, you're talented, or man, you just don't seem like you not fit in here, but you seem like you're made for a bigger city.
Like, you're bigger than Lincoln.
You're bigger than you're better. You're better than this, essentially. And one thing that I always say is like, listen, Lincoln, Nebraska, the Corn Coast, yes, we're behind, but we grow at a solid rate. And if you take care of what you do, and you're able to do it in an accelerated time, because the lack of competition, you will become a bigger fish in a small pond. But what they don't tell you is that the pond is growing. So once you get established and you put the stamp on what you do, and anybody else becomes second, third, fourth behind you, not that it's a race to that degree, but once you establish yourself as the go-to guy within that category that you're doing, when the city grows, you grow. The more established that you are, you get what I'm saying.
You're cemented as a pillar.
Exactly. Because if you were to try to do what you're doing in LA, Atlanta, how many more of you?
It's a lot of people out there.
There's a lot of people out there. And there's a lot of people trying to do the exact same thing that what you're doing. So if you figure out how to do it here, people's work ethic is not. You don't find as many hard-driven, determined people trying to accelerate at the thing that you're trying to do. So we have such an advantage to do that here. And I always say, it's just like, establish yourself now. It's because there's only more people being born. There's more people moving here. So figure it out. And it's a lot easier to figure it out here. And once you do figure it out and you crack the code, stay on top. Just stay on top. So now I want to ask you, what did it feel like editing your first video and hitting upload? Did you get imposter syndrome? Like, people ain't gonna, they gonna think I'm trying to be like, how did it?
Really need to think about this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like excited because it was fun. Because, so, like, as you know, I've been an artist all these years. You know, I've always been like a DIY guy. Yeah. Always since the beginning, because I have money for studio time. So I had to learn how to do it myself. I'm going to learn how to make these beats. I'm going to learn how to mix. I'm going to learn how to do all that, you know? And during that journey, I also got into video editing. Okay. And I actually loved it. I love doing the effects. I love video editing. Yeah. And making my own music videos, stuff like that. That's cool. I always wanted to get locked into it and like get better, but like I just didn't dive into it. I don't know. Plus my computer started going a little slow. I got a 2015 iMac. It is not trying to, not trying to record. It's not trying to do nothing with no 4K video. It's finna freeze, you know? So I hadn't been doing any kind of editing for like years. Even though I ran a recording studio, all this stuff, it's like I did like minimal editing. Gotcha. But like this was almost my way to get back into editing. Okay. My love for editing and whatnot, but on a more just playful, fun, chill vibe. I've always, people are like, oh, you need to make content for your music. And I'm like, man, I feel that, I'm not finishing my ass. I feel that, bro. Like, let me just cook up. I don't want it. Like, I don't know. I just was never trying to be a content creator. And even now, even when I did this, I wasn't like, my goal wasn't be, oh, I'm going to be a content creator. Like, no, it was just something that felt right. It didn't feel like I was forcing it. But yeah, I remember it was Soulful Cocina. And I remember going there and they had this catfish. And I remember like, the shots being fire, you know, it was just felt good. I was like, dang, this I low-key snap. And then like I remember taking a bite of the catfish and I like paused the music and all the audio just to hear the crunch. And it went crazy. I was like, this sounds crazy. I was like, all right. Cool. But you know, push upload. And I didn't think much of it. I actually wasn't even on TikTok at first. I was just on Facebook. So like I uploaded this to my Facebook page that I just created and like got like 12,000 views in a day. I was like, whoa, I didn't even know you could get that kind of viewership on Facebook. So I was like excited. I was like, wow, if this does this good, like I need to keep doing videos. And so, you know, I don't think I had imposter syndrome. I think I was just excited to be creating something cool with my gifts and actually exercising those muscles again. So
you were very fortunate to kind of have that moment. On the first one.
That was crazy.
I know exactly what that felt like when you and it's really dope that you are an artist because you can really understand the gift. People underestimate how much it is a gift to create something in a realm that has no physicality and bring something and materialize it out into a physical realm. Like and to have it come out how you wanted it, because when you paused it and you heard that crunch, I know the moment that you experience, and I do like when I do a certain edit, like that's exactly what I was like wanting. Like and sometimes it's accidental, sometimes it's like it's purposeful, but on accident at the same time. It's like I was going for that direction, but I didn't think it would stick like that. I didn't think I would. I thought it was going to take a couple more edits. I thought I had to do a little bit more to make that happen, and and I always refer to it as, you know, cracking the code or getting downloads. So, to crack that code on the first round is a beautiful thing, because sometimes it takes a while to get that confidence level from a video that did well. Some people, they stuck in at 100 club, 200 club view, and it's like, even though the content's good, it's hard to gain that confidence because you ain't have something pop yet. So for you to get something right on that first go around is a beautiful thing, but it's a gift and it's a blessing, and it can be a curse, because sometimes you can get jaded off that first one, and and you think that formula is going to work every single time. And so
to be fair, it didn't. It didn't. So, you know, the next few videos they did not do as well.
But the most important thing was feeling the potentiality of it. Like 12. All right. So even if the next ones are slow, it's like, I did something right on that first one. So I know I got something here. So that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah. I think one of the big things that I think all artists, creatives, anybody putting something out there need to know is that me being able to build this platform to what it was really came from finally, I will say, because with my music, I haven't been the same. But
Yeah.
when it comes to this, like putting it out there without expectation of anything,
Yeah.
like putting out the work and letting it do what it's going to do. You created it. Now put it out there. It's not up to you at that point. You know, like put it out there. I rarely ever second guess an edit of mine. I'm like, it's good. Send it.
Send it.
Like, I don't, it's not like this, like, super emotional moment. Whereas, like, with my music, I'm like, it's not as easy to just throw it out there. It's like this important thing. And it's not that the food videos are not important. It's just, for some reason, I was just able to just release them and allow the rest, leave the rest up to God. Leave it up to the people. If they like it, they'll like it. And sometimes I'll think there's a video that's super fire and it doesn't get the same amount of viewership as something else. But at the end of the day, that's not up to me. It's out of my control. All I can do is show up as my best and let it go and let it do its thing. I think that was the formula, honestly.
And hearing you talk, I've noticed another important thing in the formula of success. You have to you'll eventually develop in a very good way, an attitude where you don't care as much. You care, but you don't care about the minute things that you thought were important to care about. And I've noticed mentally, I've acquired success, not material wise, but I acquired success mentally when I stopped holding on to the things that I thought were important to care about. And when you start to just put things out, and it's like you said, it's between you and God. You start to become less attached with the work that you created, and this is why I like talking about it, because it's very nuanced. This doesn't apply to every single thing, and I think it's important for people to hear and understand that sometimes the work that you create, sometimes it is your baby. It's sometimes it does require that level of care and that level of extreme edits and working all night to edit this one specific video. And other times, look, hits were recorded in hotel rooms, and then some were recorded in multi-million-dollar studio suites. So it's the same thing, and you just you gotta find where you sit in there mentally, and what are you willing to do? Because not everything is going to require that level of attention to detail, if you will. But it's always gonna baseline. It always is gonna. You gotta always have that care and love for that why to circle back on that
for sure.
But sometimes you gonna stress yourself out, checking the views, refreshing,
right.
Comparison, so and so. I didn't put way more attention to detail in my video, my work, my song, and this is what's going viral on TikTok. I used to like
it can be real
the mumble rapper, like this is what's. Bro,
I didn't talk about nothing.
Did y'all hear the
for
quadruple entendre?
For real.
So
no, that's real.
And then you watching, John Doe, either shaking ass or, the drug, everything else that kind of comes with the territory.
Yep.
This can be relatable in any industry, and
can make you feel like you don't have as much value if you're comparing.
Yeah,
that's real.
So the farther you get, your mental fortitude and your mental strength is going to take you even further. Certain things are going to hit you to a certain trajectory.
Right.
But it's just like, when you see, rockets, reach certain elevations, certain boosters got to come off, and you got to slim it down. You got to tone it down. You got to narrow your focus. You got to sharpen your mind a lot more than everything that got you to that current state.
Right.
Different levels of success are going to require different versions of you. So if you're always if you're going to hold on and maintain a certain level or image of yourself, and then you're wondering why you're not achieving certain results, the definition of insanity, you do something over and over and you expect different results. It's like, you got to change something.
You got to switch it up. Yep.
Feng shui is important physically and mentally.
Right.
So talking to you, it's no question why you've achieved there's certain things that have to happen within the formula, and you have those key ingredients that get you the results that you are wanting in life. So
I think it's I spent a lot of years being a perfectionist, and I think this has been a way that's helped me get out of perfectionism, which I'm excited for this next season, because I'm like, well, if I understand this now, well, we need to apply this to the music.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I have hundreds of songs I never dropped because I was trying to be a perfectionist. Now I'm gonna wait for the perfect moment to drop this. You know, I got to get this together and this together before I can put this out, because it's such an important song to me.
Yeah.
And then 5 years goes by.
Yeah.
And the song don't even hit the same. Like, nah, you can't. You know exactly. You're a different you, and it's
you
like
fall out of love with that sound.
Yeah.
Like,
and even when it comes to the food videos, I've realized videos that I shoot and take too long to edit, I don't care about as much.
Yep.
And it's not that I don't care about it. It's just it's harder for me to get through the edit and like do it. Whereas like if I just did it today, I could edit it quick. We could get it done in like 30 minutes. I could get it. We could do it. You know, it's not even a question. But yeah, I think there's power to just going and doing. I think sometimes we try to perfect things, but there's no try.
Yeah.
You either do it or you don't. Just show up, and at the end of the day, if you're being your authentic self and you gave it your all, it's gonna be good enough. Yeah, it's gonna hit the people that it needs to hit, and that's all that matters, is that the people who needed to see it saw it. It's not that everybody needs to see it. It's just the people who needed to see it. So yeah,
and that's another key ingredient I just discovered by you telling about your process, is that the discipline and motivation. And I see why, a lot of people is like, F motivation.
Right.
Because motivation is fleeing just like any emotion.
100%.
But it's the discipline that's going to have you do something, regardless if you're feeling like doing it or not. It's like, I said I was going to do it by this time. I have to have this many videos out this week, this many videos out today. Today I got to edit today. Right. It's not, I don't feel like I'm not motivated today. Nah. I'm disciplined enough to do it today, even though I don't want to. So I see that discipline is playing a major role in your success as well. And that's always important for anybody to establish. Yeah,
likewise,
100%, bro. All right, bro. So segment 2, the journey and evolution. How has your palate evolved since you started?
You just realize there are levels.
Yeah.
There are levels to flavors. There's levels to people being in their craft. Okay. I think that's the best way to put it, because there are restaurants that make food and it's good.
Yeah.
And it's not that you have a problem with it or anything, but if you try this place over yonder, you'll be like, wait a minute, like these people doing this, like I know some people who are really they start a business and they might do it more for the attention than anything. They do it for the attention. They always wanted to be something. So they start doing this thing. But then I also talk to other people who you can tell, like, this is what they live. This is what they live and breathe for. Like, they really get up and think about this and how they can be better. And how they can, and there's a big difference. There's a big difference in the food. There's a big difference, even if we're not talking about food, like in the way these people move and how they do and execute the things they do. It's like you can tell when somebody's really passionate about something and really locked into purpose versus just like locked into perception. So like, I think as time has gone on, I just realize I can tell when people are putting love in their food. They really, what are you in it for? What kind of recipe are you putting together? Is it ego in this food? Or you really got real love in this food?
And I got a quote that really embodies that. It's the man that loves to walk will always go a further distance than the man that likes to run to win. So it's like, if you're going to go a farther distance so the man that really enjoys walking, he going to, when it's all said and done, he gonna travel a further distance than the person that was just trying to run to win.
That's fine.
And it's dope that you can taste the difference. So a similar question: what changed in how you judge food now versus when you started?
Well, I always made it a point to not be like this food critic
Mm.
because very early on, I was like rating restaurants.
Okay.
And it was like just taking a picture and I'd put a little rating.
Okay.
But my rating was like good,
Oh, yeah,
great,
I remember
amazing,
that.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
I
Good, great,
remember.
amazing. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't, because the thing is, people were like, "What qualification do you have?" I'm like, I ain't got none.
Yeah,
I really actually don't have none.
I got none.
I'm just a guy posting for real, for real. Like you could post too if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
But at that point, I realized, yeah, like, yeah, no, I actually don't care because this could get real, like, real deep. You know, judging
It can,
people's
bro.
food. I'm like, you know, honestly, I don't care to judge y'all's food. I'm just gonna highlight the stuff I like.
That's
So
beautiful.
that's kind of my angle.
That's
But
beautiful.
as time has gone on, I'll judge food by, you know, people's process.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, is it seasoned? That's the first and
Yeah.
foremost. Is it seasoned? If it ain't seasoned, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't like microwaves.
Yeah.
So I don't like microwave food.
Mm-mm.
Some things I used to like more and more fried foods and stuff like that. I don't really, is what it is. It's like, it needs to be exceptional for me to be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to know about this. But I find myself wanting more complex flavors now.
Mm.
So like today I told you I had Thai food. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Thai food. There's so many many
Yeah.
flavors, you know, like Thai basil and cilantro and all of that. Like,
Yeah.
give me some complexity, you
Yeah,
know?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
How do you balance honesty in your reviews without burning bridges?
Typically, I just, in my videos, I'll say the things that I like. And it's not that I'm lying. It's just, if I didn't like something, I'm going to tell the restaurant straight to their face.
Everything ain't made for
because, like, if it was coming down to me critiquing anything else or anybody else, it's like, I would do that behind closed doors, not in front of 30,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, I would not want to be critiqued in front of that many people. I'd rather you just tell me, you know, so I can get my stuff together. Like, oh, you got something on your, got something on your face, bro.
Right.
Like, not say that on the stage.
Exactly, bro. And I think that level of respect goes a very long way.
Yeah.
For the restaurants that you you know, do reviews for, and I think anybody can really understand that. You know, as I can only imagine as a restaurant owner, you know, where I would put you in my, you know, book of level of respect would be like, man, I appreciate that a lot. You know, you could have, you know, went to, you know, the whole world about your dislikes about certain things, but, you know, I respect you a lot more as an individual, as a man first, you know, that you went about it, you know, certain ways. And again, that's another thing that's going to, you know, take you further in life. It's how you deal with people.
People are always looking for a reason to not like something.
100%.
So 100%. I don't really need to give y'all a reason. You can go have your own experience if you want to, you know, judge it. Like, I can't say all of the places that I go are the best food ever, because that's just not the truth. You know, some places it's just, is this a manageable place that I could go have a meal and enjoy myself?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to see on my page. Like, all of those places, there's something on the menu that's good. Sometimes it's not that the place is gross, you're just ordering the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just,
that's true.
It was a bad day. So I try to do my best if I have a place that wasn't good, like, or like, come with me and you'll be
Please take your pizza.
Okay. So I got a curveball question.
okay.
If each stage of your journey had a dish, what would the struggle phase taste like versus the breakthrough?
Yee.
Yeah.
What would the struggle phase taste like?
Yeah.
It would taste like barbecue food that's been out for a couple hours. It's like you might get some good bites here and there, but at the end of the day, your stomach might hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now that, you know, you broke through and you kind of figured things out, what dish we putting on the table that resembles, you know, the breakthrough?
It's a good one. I think the thing that keeps coming to my head is like half of a roll of sushi. And it's because it's something that's light, it's refreshing to feel that confirmation, but also you feel like you can feel like maybe you need more.
Yeah.
But also sushi has that sneaky vibe where you think that you need more, but you just need to just sit in it.
Yeah.
And just appreciate it, and you'll be full.
Yeah.
You'll
So
be full.
satisfaction. I don't even know. Did I say that right?
Satisfaction. You good.
You
got it. You got it. I knew what you were saying.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Hey, it sounded real though the way you said it. I was like, hey.
I'll just make it up
Use
words.
that.
So I like that. The sushi. Satisfied, but not complacent. Yeah. Knowing that you could go for more, but the power lies in the decision to or to not.
Right. Yeah. That's good.
Rock with it.
Yeah.
How do you decide what to review next? Do you have like a list? How do you go about your selection process when it comes to the restaurants that you decide that? Is it they could use some love, or is it everybody's talking about this one, I should go? Yeah, what is
it's a combination. So and now I have a lot of people reach out.
Okay.
And that's cool and all.
Yeah.
It's cool and all, but I have to go and try them to see. Because if I don't like them, it doesn't really matter.
So do you go try first, and then if you do like it, then you spin the block and then do a review?
Yeah. Okay. And like at this point, it's like people will pay me to go.
Yeah, I was just about to ask
that. And it's like, since I'm in the position where I'm not necessarily critiquing anybody's food, I'm just telling the stuff that I like. I don't feel weird about it.
Right.
It's like it's not like, oh, you're paying me to have a good review. Like, no, I'm still gonna say what
exactly
I usually would say. It's just I should get paid for my work for sure. 100%. But yeah, if they're reaching out to me, I'll try it, and then if I like it, we'll spin the block and kind of like work out some kind of a deal.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
It just depends if people depends what their goals are and what their situation is. You know, I go case by case. If somebody is struggling real bad, I'm gonna help them out. Why wouldn't I? 100%. You know, if they got good food, and they got good service, whatever, and that's a big thing too. Like service wise, how are y'all treating people? How are you treating me? Sometimes, I mean, I might just go eat at a new place. I might go eat at a new place and like it or don't, you know, XYZ. Kind of just always keeping my ear out for like new places that open up too. Yeah. They sound interesting. I look at the menu. It looks cool. All right, let's go check it out.
Gotcha.
It's just like a combination of mix. I kind of just be living. Just be living and, you know, hey, cool, sweet.
Is, another important thing is that you followed your passion first, and then the opportunities when it comes down to the money follows that. And people often think that equation is backwards. They chasing the money, and then, you know, everything else falls in place, which may happen for some people, but it's usually not the case, and it's not the most fruitful path to take. You wanna always follow the passion and do something that, again, you love. And then money is just a result of that, because again, you're not going to experience the burnout, because at the end of the day, if the money don't come it's still an outlet, and it's something that brings you enjoyment, fulfillment, and happiness. Yep. And when it's the other way around, you know, it's sometimes you're chasing the phantom of something, and when you do acquire it, you realize that none of the things that you thought from the fulfillment level are coming or have came. And you back on the treadmill. Right. And you're searching and finding the thing that is going to make you happy, because the last thing that you thought didn't. So
No, that's so real. That's so real. Yeah. If I was waiting for, you know, I feel like for so many people, I've been looked at as like the irresponsible, or like, I'm almost borderline dumb for some of the things I do. Just taking risks and whatnot. But I spoke for my senior graduation, and it was the only speech the first speech I had ever written. You took the time to write it out. Everybody else. You rehearsed it? Yeah. And everybody else was like in speech. The other three kids were in speech. I was the one kid who was not in speech.
Okay, got you.
Wasn't a valedictorian. I'm just up here giving a speech and they made me the final speaker.
Yeah.
And like in my speech, I was just talking about taking risks because I had a bunch of classmates who were saying they're going to go into nursing and this or that. And it's like, they're just trying to get a bag. It's like, you guys hate people. Why are you going into this?
Exactly.
Why are you going into nursing? Like, bro, take a risk. Go see what your life is about, the stuff that you might love, you know? And one quote I said in there, which is, man, I love this quote. But I said, life is like a puzzle. And if you don't take a risk to see which pieces fit together, you'll never complete the bigger picture. So it's like life is about taking risks to complete that bigger picture.
I like that.
You got to take risks. So I've always been a risk taker. I've always been, you know, probably involved in, you know, trying things out that most people would be like, you're crazy or whatever. Like there's been multiple times in my life where, you know, I've done something wild. I moved to New York with like $200. I had $100 in my pocket, $100 in my bank account.
I always admire people that do things like that because I'm a very structured person. Obviously, I'm family oriented. I got children,
it
but
makes sense.
Like, I've always admired people to a certain degree that can just be like, I don't know, man. I'm just about to move XYZ and I'll figure it out.
Right.
Like, I respect it and I see it, but man, like,
and it. I mean, granted, it wasn't just like a random decision. I mean, one of the first risks, I guess, would be like dropping out of college. I guess my dad was he's an educator. Yeah, his job at the time was keeping kids in school.
Gotcha.
And I dropped out. Crazy work. Shoemaker story. But like, I was like, yeah, Dad, I'm gonna drop out and be a rapper. That went over well. You can imagine.
That was the genesis to where I am today.
That is hilarious, bruh. That is hilarious. Yeah, he was not happy about it. Yeah. And so, like, the rest of my life, I guess I just was working to, like, prove him wrong. Yeah. That I didn't make the right decision, or I made a good decision, which now I'm glad I'm at a place where I'm not in a place of wanting to prove anything. I'm not really here to prove anything. I'm just going to go be great. Yeah. It's not, you know.
We have a very
it's nuts.
We have an incredibly similar experience and introspection on life that came from having a chip on it. It's really beautiful to hear that we damn near experienced a strand of similar identity that was a key component to who we are today.
Absolutely.
I had the biggest chip on my shoulder, bro. And they can it's a slippery slope because some people can use that chip on their shoulder to drive them into an egotistical destruction.
Right.
And some can really use that as fuel and coal to keep the fire burning. And that coal that we use, the chip, gave our locomotive enough momentum to stay in motion. And we figured the rest out, and our realization of letting go of within that chip, baked into that chip, was some resentment, some anger, some hostility, things that weren't necessarily nutritional for you, in order to sustain life.
Right.
And we kind of had to rework that chip to where it still served the same purpose, sustenance, but in a healthy way.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I remember dropping out.
I was just about to say for people that do ask, like, I'm sure you remember the exact moment you finally, like, did it take you a lot of courage to kind of like break that news, like, yo, I don't, or was it just kind of something, did they kind of know already, but you just kind of broke it to them? But
nah, it was like,
it was from the left field.
My dad lives in New York. He's been living in New York for like 20 years. Yeah. So he lives in New York City. Shout out to Bronx.
Yeah.
But so he's living in New York. I'm here, and like my computer crashed. My laptop at the time, it like crashed. I tried to get it fixed, spent like $500 getting the hard drive figured out. Yeah. Still didn't work. It still was messed up. Man. And so at that point, I don't got money to be doing it. You know, I need another computer. Yeah. How am I even gonna do this?
Yeah.
And also, whole time I'm in college to make my dad happy anyway. Yeah. Because what the hell am I doing here? I already know what I want to do.
So you're kind of already like miserable going through.
Yeah, I'm already like doing this because people tell me this is what I need to do. Yeah. You know, and like I remember even in school, people telling me like, oh, you're never gonna do this or that because you don't want to do your homework. And like, don't get me wrong, that has come back to bite me in the ass
Yeah.
in certain ways. You know, that habit of not doing homework and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like I just knew what I was focused on. I knew what I loved.
Yeah.
And I was in that. But yeah, I think I was living with a bunch of roommates who were not going to school. And it was a terrible roommate situation. And I'm like the only reason we're even in the crib. I'm the point of contact for the landlord. And they're in there burning blunts in the basement. We're not even supposed to be smoking in here. And it smells like a straight cigar in the whole crib. It was just not good. My brother moved in. He moved his girlfriend in who had a dog. We wasn't supposed to have a dog. It was just a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. And like I'm the only one in school trying to keep it together, working at a hourly kitchen job, and it was not paying bills. It was not enough to pay bills. Yeah. And so I'm like, man, like I don't know why, like, what am I doing here at school? I started asking people why they're here at school, and it always came back to one thing: money. Yeah. I want to get a better job. Yep. More job security, money. I'm like, man, if I could just figure out a way to get money, like maybe, you know, whatever. I end up, my computer crashed. It got to a point where I was just like, why am I going to school? Yeah. I kind of just stopped going. Just stop going. Like there's probably a better way. I could have got assistance to do something, this or that. I could have talked to my dad, you know, he would have helped me out. But I was just like, nah, like why am I even going, bro? I just stopped going. And I remember I had to tell my dad at my little sister's graduation. She's a year younger than me. She graduated high school and I'm at the high school. So did he
know that you weren't showing up to school
at
that point?
Know. Okay. He had no idea, nothing. My uncles did though. My Uncle Justin and my Uncle Jerron, they knew, and they're over here cracking jokes. They thought that shit was so funny. Gotcha. They thought it was so funny. Yep. They're like hitting at stuff the whole time while my dad's there. I'm like, man, y'all let me tell him whatever. Right. And then he put 2 and 2 together. He was not happy that he was like the last one to find out.
Did they pay for schooling for you?
No.
Okay.
So it was like I had like some grants, and then
you know, I know would have hit him a little harder.
Yeah, 100%. But it ended up being fine. Like it ended up being fine, but it always felt like my little sister, she's a year younger than me. I always felt like she just was more responsible. She had her stuff together more, and she was like the kid to be proud of. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Whereas like I'm like the risk taker who's doing stupid stuff. He's gonna grow up one day. You know.
There's beauty in both walks of life, and I've learned to have more of an appreciation for more of the play-by-play by the book. People have, I'm still an advocate of, essentially F school, but there are very important things and structure that school brings that sometimes 100%. You don't necessarily like. Me and you, we got to go out. We got to bump our head several times. Right. Like we got to bump our head to really like get it. But once we get it, it's concrete.
It's really good.
But when you learn that in school, you might understand the fundamentals of it, but you don't get the experience.
Yep.
So
that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, because I done gotten credit card, debt and but I spent it all on assets. Like I was at least smart with it, thankfully. Right. But if I were to, then I'm like, APRs, like, and then I realized like, hold on. I've gotten to a situation where it's like I make my monthly payment and then the APR hit and I'm like, hold on. I just made $100-something payment, but the credit done hit, the interest hit. And I'm like, damn, so really I only paid like $10. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. And then it's avalanche method. How the best method to pay off credit cards. So it's like, I'm sure I probably would have learned that in school. But
maybe like I said, maybe
not. But the experience that you get is like, I got to really touch the fire. 100%. Y'all learned about the fire, but I actually felt it. I got burned. And it just sticks with you a little bit more because it's like I'm not getting burnt again. Like I'm not feeling that again, and that just sticks with you a little bit more, in my personal opinion. But
no, it's real. It's like when you learn through experience versus learning from somebody telling you.
Yeah,
2 different things. Like I know plenty of people who've gone to business school who have no idea how to run a business. They have no idea they could not get into this game. Whereas me, I was in business administration, and I remember being like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, you guys just spent a semester telling me that I'm a team player. Are you serious? I could have told y'all. From the beginning. How much did that cost? For you to tell me something I already knew about myself.
In today's time, YouTube University.
Bro, what? That's exactly where I didn't drop out of school. I transferred schools to YouTube University.
Right. There we go.
Yeah.
So since we're on Corn Coast Conversations,
Mm-hmm.
do you think food connects people better than conversations does? Or where
I think
do you
it's
see
a factor.
Got you.
I think food can be a great conversation opener. I think
Gotcha.
it can break down barriers. It can break down barriers, but also conversations are very important.
Yeah.
I think food can break down things like communication. It can break down communication without words. So I think that's a beautiful thing, but conversations can change the world.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
can shift everything. It can shift the food you're eating.
Yeah. Facts.
You know?
Facts.
And yeah, I think they're both equally pretty important.
I think food is a catalyst to a lot of different avenues, man. It really can, like you said, it breaks down barriers in order for us to have a dialogue about, you know, it just alleviates. There's nothing like, you know, some good food. It can really just ease the tension.
Yep.
It can really, you you go on a first date. Usually, you know, that's detrimentally. They'll never forget about that food, whether it's good or bad. It's going to be a very memorable experience. Which leads me into my next question. How does, I don't know if it's something you ever thought about, but to look fast forward, how does it feel that for some people, you will forever be like stamped in their life because like Keenan put us onto that spot? Like, oh, we seen this. Like, how does it feel that, you know, people will essentially talk about you like in that manner?
It's a very interesting. It's interesting, and it's very it reminds me of my purpose, and kind of expands the way I see my purpose. So I always thought like my purpose is like, oh, I need to make these songs, put these songs out, and that is part of it. That is a part of it for sure. Speaking my truth, but being able to connect people, I think on this level has been a beautiful thing, and I've been very just honored to be able to be this channel, you know, for, you know, beautiful things to come to this dimension and people to be able to create those relationships. I know I got invited out to like a Stars hockey game.
Okay.
And they gave me like a box, like the box.
Oh, like okay, gotcha.
The party thing, whatever. And it's like they can fit 25 people up there. I'm like, bro, who am I finna? Who am I about to like, bro? I'm like, I got like a few friends for real. They don't even live here for real. So I'm like, dang, what do I do? So I just posted on my Facebook and was like, hey, like, who's trying to go to a Stars game? And like, I was busy that day, like the next day. So there's all these people who had commented, and I'm like, dang, like, I'm about to go there, and I have nobody invited for real because I forgot to comment back. I wonder if it's too late. It's like an hour before the game. I'm like, what's up, Ross? You trying to go to the game? I don't know none of these people. And like,
did they come through?
I invited a bunch of people out. There like 15 people came.
All right.
And like a bunch of people I didn't know. And they came out.
Probably changed their life.
Yeah. And the guy, Ross, he brought his granddaughter, and it was her first game. It was her first hockey game. And like, he was so grateful, and like, it just made me realize like, dang, like, I've lost some grandfathers. So it's like, I know how important it is to have those moments with your grandfather 100%. And like just with your family in general. But, you know, for that grandfather to have that experience with his granddaughter that he's never going to forget. And I was somebody who helped aid in that happening. It's a beautiful thing. It makes me realize that, you know, my ideas, when I act on them, like they're a part of the purpose. That is my intuition, acting on my ideas and just being like, you know, it's not too late. Just go for it. Try it. You know, you never know how much it's going to change somebody's life. 100%. And like, just like you said, you know, some people are like, oh, we found that place because of Keenan, or like, I never really think about it like that for real. I just am like doing the work. Hopefully somebody finds their new place, you know, and connects with the people that they need to connect with. And, you know, I just continue to keep going. But it is really beautiful seeing that happen and watching people make beautiful memories. And I think that was part of the reason why I did the festival itself, because of all these people telling me cool stuff online, and we're connected online. We have a lot of people online. But when you can bring it into real life and people are having real life memories, that's different. That's like, you know, if my page went away tomorrow, like there are people who came to my fest and like enjoyed themselves on that level, you know. So
we're gonna take it a little deeper. If you could share one meal with your younger self, what would that meal be, and what would be the topic of conversation that you would have with your younger self?
That's a good one. That's deep. You did say that was deep.
Yeah.
What would it be? I think it might be the meal that kind of started everything, which was just fried rice from Blessing Thai. I give him some fried rice because I love fried rice. I've always loved fried rice, but this is a different fried rice.
Appetizer?
What kind of appetizer?
Yeah.
Spring rolls.
All right. Have you used to be an appetizer person? I know growing up it was never appetizer. It's just like we getting.
What are we getting? For real.
I know. I wasn't an appetizer household thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like we was not getting appetizers.
For real.
Meal.
You get no damn
meal and water.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, no, I never.
No dessert either.
Appetizer. I mean, I used to like. I don't know. I don't actually say I'd like wings more now than I did back then, but appetizers, it's just hit or miss. It depends where we at, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
But I like spring rolls.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
and then you getting a dessert for your younger self?
We're gonna have to do some kind of a like double chocolate cake or something. Yeah, some kind of I don't even really love cake like that, but for some reason the restaurants with the chocolate cakes, I'll go for it. Especially if they got chocolate chips in it. Yeah. Like I like that texture to have like the soft with texture person. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much.
Something about just crunchy a little. Like, I know that's something that I don't eat no more because of my lifestyle. But Dairy Queen, the crunch cone blizzard, whatever. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Right.
Okay, y'all got 10 to 15 minutes to talk. How are you leading the conversation, or what are you getting off your chest to tell your younger person that you'll never see again? But you know this piece of advice or this dialogue that you're going to have with your younger self is going to stick with him or help strengthen his fortitude on the journey that he's getting ready to. Journey that Keenan is getting ready to, step foot on.
I think I would take the first 10 minutes to just listen.
Listen to him.
So my younger self is finally heard.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like he needs to say something because nobody's listening. Nobody's trying to listen to what he got to say. Nah, I just want to listen to what he got to say because he be spitting. He be spitting. He just, sometimes it just don't hit the right people. Whatever. So I think that first 10 minutes I would just listen to my younger self and just remind myself that you're worthy. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do to be more or less worthy. You're worthy. Yeah. You're worthy just as you are. And just show up and be your best. And it doesn't really matter what other people think. It doesn't matter if other people are seeing you or not. If they're giving you the credit you deserve. It doesn't matter even how they are treating you. Yeah. Because ultimately, you know who you are. Right. You know who you are. So continue to show up and shine and just understand that you're great. You're already great. All you got to do is continue to show up and be your authentic self.
That was a beautiful answer, bro. A lot of introspection there. And I can tell you put a lot of thought into the answer based off of what the younger self would have needed versus it's the same. I mean, it's empowering as well. Yeah. But you gave him something more so to strengthen, to help build himself up versus what you might look, for the future. Right. But I think obviously both on the same coin, would have helped you detrimentally along your, path. So
absolutely.
Yeah. We got a few more questions. Yeah. Have you ever eaten something that made you emotional? It kind of stood you in your tracks, whether it was the point to crying or just like, man, my mom used to, or my uncle used to, like something that was
for sure
just very
For sure. I think sometimes I can't think of like a single thing, but sometimes when I eat like something with Frank's Red Hot, it always makes me chuckle a little bit and shed a tear. Yeah. My uncle Justin, he used to make this like fire hot sauce. Yeah. And he used to be like, "Who the fuck is Frank?" That was his thing. I remember one day he came in, he was talking to his employees and stuff. I just happened to be there, and he's like, "Man, we make our own hot sauce. We do this, because we can't just be out here supporting, you know, Frank. Uncle Sam, whatever. Right, who the fuck is Frank?" That's what he said. I'm finna put that on a shirt, bro.
I already know that's going to be something that sticks with me. Just the fact that you said that every time I see Frank's hot sauce, I already know from this point moving forward, it's going to be. Who the fuck is Frank?
Man, we had some good times with my uncle.
That's real.
It was cool watching him, that whole situation, and just watching him like run a restaurant. You know, he had kidney disease, so he's going to dialysis 4 times a week and running a restaurant. I don't know how, but doing it somehow. And like, man, we just had so many good times on the food truck. I was always helping him on the food truck, and just reminds me of those times. Yeah. So.
Where do you see Keenan Eats 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I see myself still eating. Yeah. I don't know if I'll still be doing the page the same way, which is kind of partially why I created Here for the Food. Yeah. I wanted a way to like have an exit plan. If I want to stop doing Keenan Eats one day, I can just decide to go do something else. I kind of am a go with the flow. If something doesn't feel right anymore, I got to switch it up. I can't just cement it, you know, where I'm like, oh. Yeah. But I do see myself growing Keenan Eats into, you know, really Keenan Eats is not even necessarily the focus anymore. I think Keenan Eats is going to grow regardless. But Here for the Food, growing Here for the Food so it can be more and more impactful in the community. Yeah. And it can also be a platform for other creators. Yeah. So it's not just my content that's getting posted there, but other creators' content that's getting posted there. And here's a platform where we can all come together and like have community as creators, you know, something like that. And Here for the Food, it goes beyond food, but at the end of the day, just, you know, being able to connect people and having a whole machine that's willing to help and show up for people. Even when things are not necessarily, how can I say this? Like, for instance, today, it's a very big day in the sense of, you know, there are people who are not getting their assistance. Yeah. How can we show up? Yeah. You know, and, you know, a lot of things, I think a lot of people make things into political issues. Yeah. And truly, it's just a community issue. Yeah. Like, this is not politics. It's just you love to say that it's politics so you can be like, I'm not political. Yeah. So you don't have to care and you can turn a blind eye to community issues. But if there are people hungry, if there are kids hungry, that is very much so a community issue. Yeah. And it's something we should be able to show up for our community. Yeah. If you really love your community. So I think in 5 years from now, I just want to be able to be that, resource. Yeah. I just want to be a resource, you know, for restaurants, for consumers, you know, people. I just want to be a resource. Yeah. You know?
Do you think you'll ever open up your own restaurant of your own, or do you think you'll kind of stay in storytelling mode?
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see on the next chapter.
For real, bro.
I guess we'll see.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I got one more question before we go into a little fun, quick fire, you know, taste test, if you will.
Okay.
What's the difference between feeding your stomach and feeding your soul? And then how do you tell which one you've been doing lately?
I feel that feeding your stomach is something that's like, it doesn't last. Yeah. It's a deep question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Mm-hmm. I feel that when you're feeding your soul, you're truly fulfilled. It's like that sushi roll that you sat there for a little bit, you know, and now you feel like, oh yeah, I didn't need to eat more. Like, I think when you're feeding your soul, you take time to digest.
Yeah.
I think when you're feeding your stomach, you're kind of just eating, you know?
That sushi roll, the more I think
that
about
was a
it,
crazy.
the more and more I think about it, because you just said something that led me to even a deeper thought.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, once you said you eat, you know, relatively half, right?
Mm-hmm.
The longer you sit and observe the sushi roll, if you will,
Yeah,
the more the feeling of fulfillment comes.
right.
And yeah, that shit's real, bro.
Yeah,
That's just real. The longer you sit and reflect on the life you created or the things that you've done, you'll have more of the fulfillment. It's the stop and smell the roses analogy. It's something I've been bad at throughout the years, and now I find myself doing it more often.
Yeah, as you should, brother.
Yeah,
as you should. Like, you got a whole garden, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You got a crazy garden.
And it's so that's why it's resonated with me a lot, because I'm like, damn, like, yeah.
I think that's the best way to really tell, though. Are you full and still wanting more, or are you like, you know, something that somewhat answers this question, but it might be a little tangent, but it's just something I want to say.
Yeah.
I feel that when your needs are met, your wants change. When you meet your needs, your wants change.
Yeah.
When you're not eating for survival, you like to eat different things.
Yeah.
when you're eating to nourish yourself, it's different, and I know you know that. It's different. It's different. You know, I'm not like vegan, vegetarian necessarily, but I do like to lean more towards that when I'm not eating on, you know, Keenan Eats, whatever, trying new things. Like, I'm all about some veggies, some whole foods, natural, organic. Like, that's what I'm about. Like, it's not about the quick fulfilling a certain kind of taste, even though you can, though. You can. It's just about taking care of whatever you're cooking or eating. But it's just different. When you're eating from a place of powering yourself, you're going to eat different things.
So would you agree that food is a very spiritual interaction as well?
Absolutely. Definitely. The things that you're eating, the way that you consume them, even like the difference of like halal versus not halal, you know, like it's like it goes deep. The way this stuff is being prepared. Do the cooks hate their job? I don't want to eat there. If the cooks hate their job, I don't want to eat there. Like, I want people who are happy to be at work making the food, or somebody who's really passionate about it. Like I said, you can taste the love, or you can taste the ego, you can taste the resentment. You can taste all of that. Like,
baked in.
It is. So it's definitely it starts way before it gets to the table.
Yeah.
All
right, to wrap it up. Quick fire, taste test round.
All right.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Brunch or late night eats?
I love breakfast foods, but I'm gonna have to say late night eats.
All right. First thing you would cook on a date?
Pesto.
Solid. One food you'll never review again.
One food I'll never review again?
Yeah. It was just like nasty. Like, you tried it for the first time, it was just like, I ain't.
Well, I never reviewed it, but I'm not doing chitlins, bro. I'm not doing it.
Wouldn't either. All right. Last meal on earth. Last meal. What is Keenan eating for his last meal? You can either do the entree, or we can do the full course. Appetizer, entree, and dessert. How we going out, man?
Appetizer, I'm going to have to get me some eggplant Parmesan bites.
Okay.
Those are fire. I don't know.
I've never had them.
They're so good. L's Kitchen, they got them. But eggplant Parmesan bites. For the entree,
Yeah.
what is something I just like be eating and I just can't stop eating? Like, I'm trying to think. It's got to be some Thai noodles.
Okay.
Some kind of rice noodles.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, some kind of rice noodles of some kind. That or pesto. I really like pesto, as you could tell.
Yeah, like that.
A fresh pesto though, like you gotta make it from scratch. You know, fire. And then for the dessert,
there's so many options.
There's so many options,
so many options for all categories.
If I could just get anything, I think I'd like a really nice salted caramel chocolate chip cookie. I love, yes.
Warm?
Yeah. Yeah, like crispy, but like
I was just about to add. I was just
crispy,
about
but
to
it's
add
got
a little
that
crisp around the
gooey. Yeah.
Enough said.
Yep.
Keenan Eats, ladies and gentlemen. It was beautiful to explore your mind and see the genesis of how Keenan Eats became the man and the entrepreneur and artist that he is today and creator of all things. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on any of the social medias at Keenan Eats or Here for the Food. You also can find my music at Simply One Keenan, or just look up Keenan When I Grow Up.
Yeah.
You'll find my music.
100%. And we'll tag all of that below for you guys to easily, so it's easily accessible for you all. That way you don't have to do too much work to find this gentleman's platforms that he's built for himself and for his community. It was a pleasure to have you all be a fly on the wall. There's a fly on the wall in here, quite literally. So glad you guys were able to sit down with us and explore both of our minds for a little bit and enjoy this conversation that we've had. Sorry I didn't have any food for you.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Sorry I didn't have any food for you.
Right. Food for thought.
Food for thought. We'll take it.
It's been beautiful. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. I am your host, the Ellison, Nebraska Hakeem, and this is Keenan Eats again here. And it's been a real one. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Before I forget, we'll take like a I'll end up like screenshotting it. But we'll do